what's going on, everyone? Welcome to a new episode of Mostly Wrong Opinions. I am Tyrone. That is Devin. Wait! Before we go on, please get on over there and hit that subscribe button right down there, all right? It really does help us out. Help us grow. Now, this film is on Netflix right now. This is called Lou.
I wish I could say that some good came from what I did. In truth, I left the world a more dangerous place.
Let's just give full disclosure. We had no clue what the fuck to watch.
No, we didn't.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Do you not talk to me?
It takes place in the 1980s, which is a surprise because there's really nothing else except for like a TV in the background with Reagan's face on it to tell you
It's in the
1980s. And there's no point of it being in the 80s. I don't understand what this did for the story. Like, is this based on a book or something? There is a woman named Lou. She lives out in the forest in the Pacific Northwest, and she is the slumlord of this young family with this like mom and her daughter.
Hey Lou, rent tomorrow.
I know. Listen, now I had to lay in supplies for the storm, so I was wondering
extensions.
And Lou plans to blow her fucking brains out on Tuesday. Okay?
Oh my God! Yeah.
During the big storm, she gonna blow her brains out. She's already got it all planned out that the young lady that she is the landlord for is gonna come find her body. She's got like a little note. She set up the tarp so she doesn't make a big deal. She shut the dog in the bathroom. She's got the gun right up to her chin. She's got her finger on the trigger and she can't do it.
Come on now, dog.
Because turns out there's a crazy man running loose on the island. And he has kidnapped the woman's daughter.
Hannah's daughter.
Come on, man.
And so now Lou feels like she has to help out Hannah to find V.
Renovations.
Now, we don't initially understand why she's helping out, but, you know, she seems to be the island's resident badass. So, you know, Journey Smollett, her character is about as dumb as a brick, dog. And she and completely useless. And I found her kind of annoying at times. And I'm like, why is she so stupid? I come across the little girl's stuffed animal, and she's like, oh my God, V, like, yo, what are you doing? Don't you, she knows the person who kidnapped her daughter is her husband, and her husband is some sort of black ops specialist who seems to specialize in killing people. So I'm like, why would you just start screaming when you know the person that you're chasing after is a stone cold killer? Like, wouldn't you shut the fuck up? Like,
and not only is he a stone cold killer, he's in trouble for doing bad things on missions and stuff like that for the government. And it's like, so you want to yell your name, yell your daughter's name,
please stop,
in front of a dude like that, and you already is hesitant before to tell her about her daddy.
Yeah, it turns out we learned that she thought her dad had gotten blown the fuck up or something, and now he's alive. I'm like, yo, this dude sounds dangerous. Like, you probably shouldn't be running into this situation, you know, half cocked here. But that's where Lou comes in as the island's resident badass and outdoorsy person. She and her dog set out to find this little girl, and turns out, hey, what a coinkydink. Lou is some sort of ex-CIA spy. I guess that's convenient. And for some reason, Journey Smollett's character never questioned why she was married to a black ops killer and her landlord was also a black ops killer. I'd be like, well, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying?
This movie it slowed down really, really quick. It hit a wall, several walls, when they're sitting down throughout the whole exposition of this film. Because the exposition comes in this film in different pieces. Like when they're getting stuff together, when she finds out that her husband took the kid, and she's getting Lou's help. She's explaining stuff about it, and I'm like, okay.
That part was bad because you could tell it was 80 yard in later. The whole time she's explaining that her husband is some sort of black ops killer, her back is to the camera and you can't see her mouth actually saying any of this stuff. And the camera's cutting to Lou, and I guess Lou's listening, but I felt like it was very obvious that that was something that was 80 yard in later. Clearly someone was like, this isn't clear to the audience.
War crimes kind of shit. I saw the court transcript. He was torturing hostages for fun. He's highly trained, an explosives expert. Well, we're no match for him, Lou. We need professional help. You and the dog ain't gonna cut it. You and the dog ain't gonna cut it.
You and the dog ain't gonna cut it.
This is just for fun.
This is just for fun.
Whoa, what the hell?
Damn, that feels almost like Velocipaster level of jank. Like I'm like, what?
Velocipaster.
Stop it. Get some help.
And then it gets to this, like within the film, it gets to this part where they're talking about their problems and they're sitting down, and I'm like, time is money. Come on.
Okay.
Let's go.
See, I didn't mind that part because see at that point I was like, okay, so it seems like Lou is passing judgment on Hannah because Lou being a badass is wondering why Hannah could stay with this violent psychopath, and it's clear that Hannah's husband used to abuse Hannah because she's got these cigarette burns on her arm, and so you're like, so you can see that like Lou is like, she's like, I would never find myself in that situation, but it turns out that Lou didn't quite understand the situation fully, and that, well, love makes you do weird, strange things, and so that kind of thing I liked. That just because she stayed with her husband who was violent, it doesn't necessarily mean she's weak, you know. So I didn't find that part slow. I like that.
I just kind of felt like the whole part of when she was whooping ass in the cabin and kicking their butts, and then we went straight to that. I'm like, oh, come on. Give me back to her whooping ass or something. Come on now.
See, that's my issue, where the action was super cutty, super choppy. You could tell that this was edited heavily and that there was not really like great like action choreography or anything like that going on. You know, the movie wants to be John Wick, but you know, we don't seem to have John Wick talent behind the camera for this film. And the movie also wants to be Taken, but we don't have the kind of like jet propulsion that movie Taken had. So you kind of end up with this very generic, middle of the road type of film.
Well, maybe I should say not just get back to the action, because I was like, get to your destination.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Which leads to the twist in the film. And again, the twist doesn't really make a lot of sense either, but it's okay. We learn that why Johnny Smollett's character happens to have an ex Black Ops guy as her husband and as her landlord. It's because they're related.
When you say related, it's her son.
Yes, they're mother and son.
Mother and son.
Which explains why Lou wants to protect the little girl.
He's also mad at Lou, you know, for letting him get taken. We said taken like 80 times. It is, but it's like,
it turns out his whole exactly like his whole motivation actually wasn't really to get back at Johnny Smollett. It was actually to get back at his mother. For what? I'm not 100% sure. When you see these flashbacks of him being taken, and he's like, no! And I'm like, so it seems like this relationship was born, or I'm sorry, this child was born out of a relationship she had with someone in Iran. And so did they take him back to Iran? So if they took him back to Iran, how is he working for the U.S. government now as a black ops guy? I don't fucking know.
You're done.
I think the whole point of it was that Lou didn't care, that she only had the baby because she was deep undercover and, to whatever. So she didn't really care about the child.
You talk about deep undercover. That's deep.
Yeah, she was a little too deep under them covers.
Double entendre.
Yeah,
deep undercover.
We get it. Old Lou was knocking boots. We get it.
Loving body, rocking, knocking boots all night long.
Yeah.
but yeah, I guess they're trying to show that Lou didn't care about her son, so she didn't care when he was taken. But like you said, by who and what happened that was so bad? I don't really know. So like the whole, we initially thought that this was some sort of a custody battle between Hannah and the husband, but really it's more like a revenge plot to do a murder-suicide against his mother. The irony of it, though, is that if he'd have just stayed out of it, Lou would have blown her brains out in the opening scene, and he would have gotten more or less what he wanted. Right?
He wanted to take the whole family out. He just didn't want to take Lou out at that point.
Yeah, but Lou's the tougher one. And so if he'd have just chilled, right? If he'd have just chilled, she would have killed herself. And then he could have just smoked out because he used some sort of like sleeping agent, I guess, to get the little girl, which is just absurd. She's like 5 years old. You don't need to do all that. Just grab her, dog.
Poked out the damn.
Yeah, that's way too much,
bro.
Man. Wait, just grab her.
Wait. You think you kidnapped Chelsea Clinton?
Yeah, exactly. And only that, if he is her father, she would have just come. He could have just been like, "Hey, come with me."
Oh.
And she'd be like, "Okay," I don't understand why you need the nerve agent. You know what I'm saying? So this is the most B movie that I've seen. Yeah, probably since Velocipaster. This movie, ironically, not unlike a movie we talked about earlier this week, Don't Worry, Darling, has no new ideas, which is a shame, because I could see potential in the idea of kind of a gender switched Taken. I can see potential here, but we got to do something new. And that's not what happened here. Nothing new here was on display. But the whole twist of them being related, I thought, I didn't think that was necessary.
Let's go ahead and get to the rating of Lou.
That's funny.
Yeah, this is another surface level film. I'm just gonna go ahead and rate this film a C-.
No, that's exactly what I'm gonna give it. C-. This is a vacuum film. We haven't had one in a while where you just turn it on and you vacuum the floor and you don't really miss much of anything. And that doesn't necessarily mean the movie's bad. It just means like we've seen
the movie's like not entertaining. It's entertaining.
Right. It's not.
Anything could be entertaining.
If this movie came out 10 years ago, we'd have something. But like we've already seen Taken, right? So and we've seen Taken 2. Isn't there Taken 3? So like we've seen this movie. We've seen this movie a couple times now, and this movie didn't bring anything new to the table. It was kind of generic, and I felt like a lot of our actors were kind of phoning it in. So I don't see any reason why you'd bother with this. So while I didn't hate the movie, I don't recommend it because there are better movies that do this exact same plot better.
Yes, I do not recommend this film either. There are other films that do this exact same plot better. Right?
And if it wasn't for Mostly Wrong Opinions, I would have turned this off and watched one of those movies that do the exact same plot better.
But yeah, I gave this film a C-. Devin gave this film a C-. We both don't really recommend you seeing it. So that is our review for Netflix's Lou. Thank you for clicking on this video, man. We love and appreciate each and every one of you that go down there and click that subscribe button right down there. It is your friend. It is my friend, And it's like Barney, but it's red. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. If you like our review, hit that thumbs up. It really does help out this channel. Oh, you can hit the thumbs down. Whatever you choose, it is your opinion, but just remember one thing, it is mostly wrong. See you in another video. Have a good one.